Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Death from Above 40k. We've got a 1500 point battle underway today. I've busted out the Death Guard because I haven't used them in a while and people have been requesting them. So I've used my most well-known list just because I haven't used them in a while and I want to make sure that I know what I'm doing against my opponent today. So what do we got? We got Terminator Lord, Bale Sword, Combi Plasma. He's the Warlord with what's it called again? He's Arch Contaminator. So he'll give the rerolls to wounds and for plague weapons, and he'll give reroll once hit. And he's got the Fulgaris helm for his relic, which gives him plus 3 inches to that bubble. Then we've got the Malignant Plaguecaster, who's got Miasma of Pestilence and Blades of Putrefaction. Also rocking Smite. He's just as he is. For troops, we've got 1, 2, 3 5-man units of Plague Marines with Blight Launchers and a Plasma Gun on the Champion. Nothing else. Then we got 1, 2 Foul Blight Spawns. They just come as they are. We got 1, 2, 3 Myphetic Blight Whores in a unit together with the Multi-Melters and Rockets. And at the back we've got 1, 2, 3 Plague Burst Crawlers with the Mortar on the back and Heavy Flamers. So that comes in at 1480 points and 8 command points. And then over here we have my brother Brad is rocking the Necrons. What do you got in the list, Brad?
Well, I've got an Overlord with the Volcanic Staff and Merciless Tyrant as his trait.
Yep.
I've got the Cryptic there and paid an extra command point so he can have the Veil of Darkness.
Yep.
And this is the
big C-Tan?
Yeah, big C-Tan, the scary
I think
one.
it's it's like the heavy support one.
Transcended one.
Transcendent, that's him. And what's he got?
I gave him random Fractured Personality, and he has the Antimatter Meteor and Transdimensional Thunderbolt.
Okay.
A 20-man blob squad of warriors.
Yep.
And 2 5-man squads of Immortals with Gorse.
Yep.
I've got a Triax Stalker with a heavy Gorse cannon, twin heavy Gorse cannon.
Yep.
2 Doom Scythes and a Monolith, and they are Mephrit.
So the 2 Doom Scythes, yep, with the big anti-tank guns on them, and then the big thing. So plenty of anti-tank in here, plenty of anti-everything. So that's comes in at just under 1500 points. Would say 1494.
Yeah.
Yep, and 8 command points. So we'll roll up a mission and we'll get battling with these 2 armies. All right, guys. Here we have the setup. So right to left, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 objectives to represent the 4 pillars, which is the mission we're playing. So they're sorted to the center, control them and accumulate points as it goes on. Pretty straightforward. For me, for my setup, pretty much got the Death Ball here with the Foul Blight, or we've got the troops at the front. 3 units, 5 Foul Blight spawns, 2 characters behind them, and then the 3 Myphetic Blight Whores in support, giving them the cover and long range firepower. Then I got 1, 2, 3 Plague Burst Crawlers sort of spread out across the battlefield. Then if we go around here, Brad's got a Flyer in the corner here, Doom Scythe. He's got Monolith, which is cheekily hidden his mortals behind. He's got the Cryptek. Then he's got a 20-man blob of warriors. The big C-Tan there, Triarch Stalker. He's got another Flyer over here ready to zoom out and kill stuff. And where's your HQ?
Between the Immortals.
Oh, he's in there. And the Lord. So what did you say you rolled up for your big guy?
He's got Within Worldscape and the Necromonicon, the one that lets him heal D3.
So he heals wounds, and what's the other one?
Is Within Worldscape. Everything counts as different terrain and they don't get the save around him. They cover save.
Alright, there we go. So he denies cover saves and he regenerates wounds. Now, as per mission, I set up first, so I go first. Unless you can seize the initiative. Would you like to try and seize the initiative?
Yes.
Here we go.
Yes.
That's a 6. So the Necrons will be having first turn. That's a bit of a bugger. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. So we'll let Brad have first turn and we'll get back to yous. The Necrons off to a good start. Alright guys, at the end of Necron turn 1, Brad has not had the greatest turn. So 1 flyer that was here flew across to here, face to face with this. These guys stayed still here. This moved forward. The Cetan moved forward. These troops and the Lord all sort of ran over here, going towards objectives and stuff. And the monolith sort of moved to center board because this gun's range 24. And then this other flyer came over here, targeting down here. Now, if we come across here, shooting wise, with his pseudo psychic phase with this guy, he did bugger all. He rolled 2 1s for both powers. This thing here shot into here and took 1 wound off this and didn't manage to do any damage to anything else. And this one over here shot into here and did 1 wound on this and didn't manage to do any other thing. Everything else here sort of shot randomly into this front line, just bounced off. So he literally did 1, 2 wounds and isn't holding any objectives and didn't get first strike. So I must say, on Brad's behalf, that was just terrible dice rolling, but hopefully they'll turn on for the rest of the battle. You got anything to add to that, Brad? No, just want to cry. Alright, we'll get on with Death Guard turn 1 and see if we can't blow away some Necrons with our pussy guns. Alright guys, end of Death Guard turn 1, and what a phenomenal round it's been. So we did a little push forward here to the centre. So we're sort of here in the centre, then this stayed still to sit on this objective, and this one stayed still to sit on this objective. So, shooting wise, this shot all its guns into here, took 4 wounds off that. This one here shot into here and took 2 wounds off that. But then all this stuff in the centre here just was lit up. So I managed to run these 2 foul blight spawns up. As you can see, there's no monolith. They did 12 wounds on the monolith, and then after they did their 12 wounds on the monolith, this guy here did another couple of wounds on it, and then I finished it off with these guys here. So between these 2 and this, I blew up the monolith with all the rerolls and redundant saves. Then I used 1, 2, 3 units of Plague Marines to blow up the Triarch Stalker. And it was pretty cool because the Lord here with his combi plasma took the last wound off the Triarch Stalker, which exploded, took a wound off this guy, killed a guy over here. So for the first round and the end of the battle round, the Death Guard have 1, 2. So we get 4 points for that, for holding more than Brad. And then we also got first strike. So we're off to a ripper of a start on points and an absolute flogging in the shooting phase. All those rerolls and auto hits really do hurt. So we'll get back to Necron turn 2 and see if Brad can't retaliate with this C10 that looks like he wants to go to battle. Alright guys, at the end of the Necron turn 2, it's still just not going really well at all. So these things sort of move forward here to get some shooting over here. The Transcendent Cetan moved forward and he did some psychic powers, taking some wounds off here, and then he ran in and bashed it. But in total he only took, what was it Brad, 3 wounds off it? Yeah. Yep, this thing flew over here and shot back here, did nothing. This one here flew over here and shot into this one, I think, no it didn't do anything, did it? And then these guys here teleported into here and shot into this tank and took a couple of wounds off it. So pretty much at this point, it's really bad for Brad. Have you got anything you want to say, Brad? No. Alright, so I'll get back to Death Guard's next turn and we'll see if I can't get in the winning loop here because Brad's just flogging me, aren't you, mate?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, we'll get on to Death Guard turn 2 and we'll see what we can do. Alright. Alright guys, it's the end of Death Guard turn 2. It was absolutely horrendous. Blew away most of Brad's shit. So didn't really move too much because he sort of came to me, which was pretty handy. So this and the foul blight spawns here killed one of the flyers. Over here, these guys and this killed the other flyer. Everything else in here, this backed out of combat, and these guys all along here shot in here and took this guy down to 1 wound. We couldn't quite finish him off. So it was pretty brutal in terms of like shooting. We really took some stuff out, all his flyers and that. With all the auto hits, these guys take on flyers really well. Brad's still got all these Necron warriors here, all these immortals and things back here, and this thing heals wounds. So I am way ahead on points, but we don't quit at half time. So Brad's going to have his Necron turn 3, yeah? Yep, and we'll see if he can retaliate and maybe remove some stuff, score some points, and get back his Necron Immortal Honor. Alright, we'll get back to yous. Alright guys, at the end of Necron turn 3, He's moved forward here and he's taken this down to 3 wounds with shooting from these guys. He's come over here with all this shooting and shot into here and taken nothing off that, wasn't it? So the shooting wasn't so good. Then the Transcendent Cetan killed a couple of guys during his pseudo-psychic phase. And then he charged over here into my Myphetic Blight Haulers, and he didn't fare so well because they actually killed him in close combat. So he did explode, killing some more little guys down here and taking 1 wound off the Myphetic Blight Haulers. Myphetic Blight Haulers are no joke. Alright, we're going to go on with Death Guard turn 3 and see if we can't pan out these. That's just my pug going off. Alright, we'll get back to you at the end of Death Guard turn 3. Alright guys, at the end of Death Guard turn 3, it's pretty much been a whitewash. It's been super brutal. All Brad's got left is this Cryptek and this Immortal here. He's scored no victory points whatsoever, and I think I'm on about 11 victory points. And I've only lost, I think, 3 Marines and an assortment of wounds across some vehicles. So one of these guys is wounded. So we're going to call the game there. I'm going to pick my man to match once again, the Foul Blight Spawns. I'm going to get a third one. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go the route of a third Blight Spawn. They're pretty much like Thunder Hammers that shoot at range and cool special rules. They're just brilliant. Have you got a man of the match, Brad?
Well, the Transcendent C10, but no, everything was just terrible rolls.
Yeah, you did. I must say that you had terrible rolls from the get-go. And the reason we say that he had terrible rolls is probably because he had green and red dice, which is the colours of Christmas. And it's not Christmas, is it, Brad?
No, I didn't have my rolling dice. I had my stacked dice to check everything up.
Alright, so that's it for this battle report. The Death Guard have come back as people have requested, and they've absolutely pummeled the Necrons. If you like this, like and subscribe, and we'll get on with making some more content, more bat reps and more armies. We've got some more armies on the paint table coming up, so stay tuned. And Father blessings, Nurgle, Rot, all that good stuff.
Papa Nurgle.
Papa Nurgle. Have a good one, guys.